What's going on, comic fans? This is the Comic Guy again, and I'm here with a brand new episode, a brand new series that I'm going to create just for you guys. It's pretty much called "Is History Time," and I'm gonna get what I'm gonna do with this kind of series is pretty much get a random character from either Marvel, DC universe, and find out everything I could about them, and then give you a pretty much informative session of what that character is all about. And as you could guess, wearing everything that I have, pretty much today's episode is going to be about Deadpool. I know that you guys pretty much seen the Deadpool movie back when it was Wolverine Origin, and then you guys wanted the real Deadpool, and 2016 came around, and Ryan Reynolds went ahead and did Deadpool and brought Deadpool to life, and everybody went static. That's pretty much one of my favorite characters. Actually, my best friend, the Hitman, that's his favorite character. I mean, this guy is totally insane, totally crazy, and pretty much matches my best friend's attitude. He's pretty much the same, and he loves this character. So he was like on the line of watching the Deadpool movie, and he was like totally ecstatic. He so this is pretty much. I want you guys to tell you pretty much like how it all began for Deadpool along the line. And during the session, you are going to see a couple pictures just pop out on things that I'm talking about. First of all, as everybody knows, you guys pretty much know his abilities. He's super healing, super freaky healing. He had cancer, and because he actually went into the Weapon X program, just like Wolverine did, and they kind of gave him the healing powers because he had cancer. That's why his face and his body pretty much looks like a burnt victim. And then because of that, his brain doesn't really work. His brain cells really are dying, but at the same time, because they're dying, they're rejuvenating themselves. So that's why he's pretty much crazy. He's with telepathic. A telepathic mutant cannot handle him. Cannot subdue his mind because his mind is pretty much. His brain is always regenerating, and that's why pretty much he's so hard to kill. You could decapitate him, and his head grows back. You could cut his hand off; his hand will grow back. I mean, the guy is pretty much amazing. And during the years, he got to just become better. I mean, you're talking about a mutant that pretty much knows that he's a fictional character and talks to his audience, talks to us um, on basically how he feels or what he's thinking. So that's pretty much he's like one of the first characters that done that, and pretty much is the only character actually breaks that fourth wall, and it's totally amazing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Deadpool. Let's begin with this. Um, Rob Liefeld and Fabian Fabian Nicieza, if I'm correct, if I say his name correctly, created Deadpool back in, I will say, 91, around that. He was actually built to he was actually created to be a supervillain and he was actually hired to kill Cable and to kill the New Mutants. And then he went on to appear in X Force, and from then on, the character got so well known that he started appearing more often in other comic books, and because he just started to become pretty much likable. Um, his real name is Wade Winston Wilson, and the way he was created was pretty funny because Rob Liefeld is he's one of his favorite comics is Teen Titan. So he created the character, went up to Fabian, said, "Hey Fabian, I got this new character." I mean, I don't really know what the whole conversation was, but he went up to him and said, "Hey, I got the new character. How do you like him?" Fabian looked at him and said, "Hey, he looks like Deathstroke from Teen Titans." And if you guys who know Deathstroke is, then they pretty much look alike. So here comes Fabian and said, "Well, let's name him Wade Wilson," and kind of like related to Slade Wilson, that is Deathstroke from DC. And that pretty much how boom he was created. Then Liefeld also his inspirations were his two favorite inspiration from the Marvel was Spider-Man and Wolverine. So he created a character that kind of looks like Spider-Man, but has the healing powers of Wolverine, and that's how boom pretty much Deadpool was created. Um, and then he said his one of his favorite comic books before X-Men were the Avengers, and the Avengers pretty much used weapons like Captain America uses a shield, Thor uses a hammer, and Tony Stark uses an armor. So boom, there comes weapons for Deadpool. He uses his sword and he uses his guns, and that pretty much how Deadpool was actually created. Okay, so it was back in 1991, and I got a whole bunch of written information for you guys. So that's pretty much how he was created. He was created out of Deathstroke, pretty much, and then created into the whole pretty much a Deathstroke for the Marvel comics. Um, and then in the 90s, when he was created, Deadpool pretty much was hired to, like I said before, he was hired to kill Cable and to kill the New Mutants. After appearing in a couple of X Forces comic books as a recurring character, Deadpool began to make his appearing in a number of other Marvel comics. He appeared in the Avengers. He appeared in Daredevil. He appears in Heroes for Hire. So he appears in a couple of different comic books from the year he was created to like 91 to at least 93. In 93, he got his own miniseries that was titled The Circle Change, The Circle Chase. I'm sorry, and pretty much then after that, like around 94, a year later, he got his own title, Deadpool. Um, and pretty much he went into his own. Around 1997, he was giving his own. He got given his own title, Deadpool, Merc with the Mouth, and he become like a pretty much action comedy parody of drama, anti-hero heavy comic of the time. Okay, um, he had his supporting cast. He had his den mother, Blind Al, and his best friend Weasel. And as you guys know who they are because of the movie. And this is pretty much information for those that don't know too much about Deadpool. And then they started creating. They kind of said that he wasn't gonna last long in the comic book industry, so they kind of like made him into like breaking this fourth wall, and that become pretty famous for him. Then after a while, they left the fourth wall. And they kind of like just like went on to his being like a regular comic book character, and then he was created. They got a new writer, and the new writer started using the fourth wall all over again. At one point during he reveals that I believe it's Dr. Bong. He was the letters that come out in the yellow box. He was a different character, like the voice of a different character, and the letters that came out in the white box was the voice of. So I mean, you're talking about a guy that's pretty much crazy, okay? And then after '97, he got his own character. In the year 2000, I'm sorry that I'm reading, but I'm trying to get everything for you guys. That's when actually he broke the year 2000. He broke that fourth wall, and that's where the yellow boxes came out. So he was always talking to us, and it was pretty awesome, just having that. After that, Daredevil pretty much ended because a lot of people, I guess, wasn't really liking him, and then they relaunched him again, and pretty much a similar character came out. It was Agent X. That's at the same time that Cable became Soldier X and X Force becoming Ecstatic. Um, and then he came back. It appeared at that point that Deadpool was killed in a explosion fighting a supervillain called Black Swan, and that's pretty much they said okay, it was the end of Deadpool. He got blown up. He got it. He was done. But then he actually came back in 2004. They launched the comic book that he partnered up with Cable, his one of his first enemies, and that's when they Cable and Deadpool friendship came up to hand. They pretty much appeared in that, and then after that, Cable went on his own, and Deadpool started briefly appearing in another comic book that he came out in Wolverine Origin, and around September 2008, he went on his own again, and that's when they pretty much did Deadpool. Um, in 2010, they created Deadpool Corp, and it was pretty much like what he did. What he grabbed pretty much different versions of Deadpool from alternate universe. I mean, there were Lady Deadpool, Headpool, and that's from the Marvel universe, Marvel Zombie universe, and it was pretty much reduced to just a head. So it was just a head, a zombie head that was Deadpool. That was Headpool, and they also had Kidpool and Dogpool. So a kid, a child, and then they had a dog pool. Um, and that's pretty funny if you think about it. I mean, I could see like it was pretty much a Deadpool family. You had like the uncle head, the mother lady, Deadpool the father, Kidpool, and then Dogpool. It's pretty much how they pretty much. I would say that's like a Deadpool family. That's pretty much is pretty crazy. And I'm trying to see what else I wrote for you guys, and that's pretty much how Deadpool was created, and that's pretty much on the stories that was going on with Deadpool. And then suddenly, like they made the movie Wolverine Origin, and they tried to do a Deadpool, and fans pretty much said, "What the hell is this?" And after that, Ryan Reynolds fought and fought and fought until they did Deadpool, the movie, and that movie came out awesome. As you could see in the movie itself, he broke that fourth wall, talking to us, and it was totally amazing and crazy. I can't wait to actually see Deadpool 2. It's going to feature Cable, and then they're going to go ahead and do X Force. And that's pretty much. I think Deadpool 3 going to introduce X Force, and let's see what happens after that. I mean, right now Deadpool is a hot commodity. Deadpool is just pretty much awesome. I mean, you're talking about a guy that cannot be killed. He's awesome fighting. He knows pretty much all the characters in Marvel. I mean, there was different Deadpool titles. Like pretty much, let's see. Um, there was one that Deadpool kills all Marvel heroes, and what they did it was the X-Men put him in a psychiatric house, and Psycho Man was actually he made believe he was a doctor, trying to get into his head to become one of his personal minions, and that didn't work. So here comes Deadpool, kills Psycho Man, and he went on the verge to kill all the Marvel heroes, and he actually did. There was a comic book. It's called Deadpool Kills Marvel Universe, and he killed every single hero because you're talking about a man that you cannot telepathically get into his mind. You cannot mess with him. He pretty much regenerates. I mean, in Marvel, Deadpool kills Marvel. Hulk smashes his head. Okay, like pretty much, and matches his head, and he regenerates his head, and he kills. He killed everybody in that Marvel. Then they did another one. It was called Deadpool kills Deadpool, and that was pretty funny because Deadpool from the Deadpool kills Marvel went to the comic book to kill Deadpool, and Deadpool from that comic book was hunting the other Deadpool. So it was pretty funny how the both Deadpools were and going after each other. So and Deadpool won. I know, right? Deadpool won. Which one? You got to read the comic books if you want to find out. Which one? You got to read the comic books if you want to find out. Which one? You got to read the comic books if you want to. So he did a they went ahead and did so many things with Deadpool, and he was just integrated into the Marvel universe. I mean, he was also an Avenger. He participated with Spider Man. I mean, this guy is a total awesome badass character, and it's totally great that they brought this character in into the Marvel universe, and now he is like, boom. He's mainly into the X-Men universe than anything else, but he been part of the whole Marvel universe in different parts of Avengers, X-Men. He's been all around the Marvel universe, so that's pretty much all the information that I have on Deadpool. You guys let me know, what do you guys think about this little series that I'm gonna build. It's called It's History Time, and I'm gonna pick a hero. If you guys want to know anything about our next hero, let's go randomly pick our next hero, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a next video for that. So you guys tell me. Leave a comment below what you guys think about which hero you want to find out more information about, and I will do a video just for you guys for that. But that's all up to you guys. If not, I will go ahead and put a whole bunch of names in a hat and pick out a name, and you guys are gonna find out about that. Okay? I mean, there's so many movies coming out. I don't know if you guys want to know a little bit more about what's gonna come out in next movies, and a little bit more about those characters. That I mean, you have Black Panther, you have Aquaman, you have Captain Marvel, you have Shazam. I mean, if you don't know about these characters and you want to know about these characters, all you gotta do is you hit me up and you let me know which character you want me to talk about, and I will go ahead and gladly go ahead and do that just for you guys. But in this section, this is pretty much what I have on Deadpool. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is the Comic Guy, and I'll see you guys later.